Hey everyone, Val here, and I'm in the kitchen gonna do a little prep for tonight's dinner. It's gonna be hot today. It's gonna be in the high 90s, so I'm not gonna be cooking inside. We're gonna cook out on the grill. I'm not even gonna, we're not gonna light the fire pit tonight because it's just gonna be too hot. So I'm gonna prepare some chops to put on the grill. I'm gonna try something a little different, and we're gonna see how we like it. So let me show you what the plan is. Okay, so when I went to the store today, I've got 2 pork chops. Now these are huge. I mean, both of these are the same size. They're huge. So they are bone in. So I'm gonna cut them out of the bone, and I'm going to butterfly them, and I'm gonna stuff them. And I'm gonna be doing 2 different stuffings, one for Steve and one for myself. For myself, I'm gonna use some kale and onions and sweet peppers and some seasonings. So I have my sweet peppers, and I've pulled a couple out. I'm gonna use a couple in Steve's also. I've got some of the greens off the celery. I'm gonna dice that up. I've got a nice big red onion. I'm gonna use part of that. For Steve's, I'm gonna be doing a stuffing with bread and egg, and I'm using an old, not old, but it was a frozen hot dog roll, and I put it in the air fryer and crisped it up a little bit. So I'm gonna be using this for the stuffing. We're not big bread eaters, so I don't really have bread in the house. I'm gonna fix each of the stuffings. I'm gonna cut the pork off the bone and see what else we can put in here. Oh, I forgot the most important thing. It's Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve's gonna help us out with some of his competition pig shake. And if you have seen other videos where I've cooked with Uncle Steve's shake, it's really awesome stuff. And go to UncleSteve'sShake.com. UncleSteve'sShake.com. There's no apostrophe in it, y'all. There you go. Go check them out. The spices are really, really good. Gator shake is one of my favorites, so if you want to try a spice, try the gator shake. It's amazing. If you want to try them all, he has packages with all the shakes in there. But anyway, let's cook these chops, shall we? Okay, so I'm going to start off by cutting some peppers up. Open my trash can there. So half the peppers, I'll put half in Steve's stuffing, and then I'll put half in my stuffing. Yeah, we're only eating 1 pork chop each. If we even eat that, we might just eat half a pork chop and save the rest for another day, because they're pretty big chops. So I would think we probably won't be eating the whole chop tonight. But I'm gonna make the whole chop, and that way if we have leftovers for another night, it'll save me having to cook. I can just warm those up in the air fryer or something. So dice these peppers up. You know, the air fryer is great to have. I have an air fryer oven, and I have the Tefal Active Fryer, which I love both of them. And I have the Moso air fryer oven that I did a review on. So you can go back and check out that review, but it's a nice little air fryer oven that I believe you can get from Walmart. But it does an amazing job cooking, and it keeps a lot of the heat out of the kitchen, which is really, really important nowadays when it's this hot in the summer, to try to keep as much heat out of the kitchen as you can. So I have 2 bowls here. One is gonna be for my stuffing, and one is gonna be for Steve's stuffing. So I'm gonna put half a pepper in each of the bowls. And then in Steve's stuffing, I'm gonna cut up the bread into small pieces. And like I said, he probably is not going to eat the whole pork chop, because this will be a lot of stuffing, but I'm going to get as much of it into the pork chop as I can. This bread will reduce down when you add a little bit of water to it to make the stuffing. Alright. I never throw away the ends of my celery because this has got some good flavor in it. And it's good for like soups or flavoring. Even if you're doing like a roast or something, I'll throw it in with the roast. And it just adds a little bit of goodness to it. Alright, I'll split that up between Steve and I. And then I have an egg. It'll help to bind his stuffing together. I'm going to toss an egg in there. Alright, let me wash my hands here. Alright, I'm going to dice up this onion. Not the whole onion. Let me rinse my knife. But probably just a piece of the onion. Set the other part aside. He's not going to eat a lot of onion. Get the end off there. Alright, so that's quite a bit of onion right there, but I like onion. You know what? I have mushrooms too. I may put some mushrooms in mine. I don't have any fresh mushrooms, but I have some canned mushroom. And I think that would go really, really well in my stuffing with the kale. So I'm just kind of using what I have in the kitchen. So nothing too outrageous. A little bit of onion in with his. This is a strong onion. It's whoo, making my eyes water. I want another little piece in mine. How are you guys beating the heat out there? Are you doing any special cooking, like outside cooking instead of inside cooking? Let me know in the comment section below what your secret is for beating the heat. Because I know it's hot out. Alright, I'm going to go open the can of mushrooms and I'll be right back. These are Food Lion brand stems and mushrooms, and they do have like a pull top on them. So that's really helpful. I don't have to get my can opener open to open it. And that's what they look like. I think I'm going to put them in whole. And I'll use a few. Maybe that's half a can. I don't know. I'm going to save the rest for another day. And I'm going to get my kale out of the bag. And I'll probably just use a couple pieces. Let me rinse it off. It's really convenient having a sink at my island here. Make it easier to prep. I am gonna pull these leaves off this stem. I don't eat the stem part. And I'm just gonna chop this down. And kale, if you know anything about greens, and I'm sure you all do, I'm sure you all cook greens, but they'll cook down. So I can smush them in the pork chop the best I can because it will reduce down. Alright, we're gonna put that in there. Let me move my little bag out here. Steve doesn't eat the greens. He doesn't know what he's missing. Okay, so there we have it. I've got a spoon for mine. So I've got mushrooms, I've got onions, I've got some peppers in there, I've got some celery in there. I think that will be good. It's all kind of going to the bottom, but that's looking good there. Now Steve has his stuffing. Let's mix that up good. have some sage and some thyme. And I'm gonna add that into the bread stuffing. Give it a little more flavor. If I can get it open. Just a touch. And then it's going to get a lot of the flavor out of the pork chop. So we'll see how Steve likes that mixture. Set that over there. We're going to set this up on the counter beside y'all. And I'm going to work on these pork chops. So let's see what we can do here. I've got my little fillet knife. I'm going to try to, I'll probably keep these bones just for a broth or something. I'm going to try to get as much meat off the bone as I can because I'm not one to waste. Alright, there's still a little bit of meat on this bone, so we'll cook that up so we don't waste that meat. It's one beautiful chop there. Let's see what we can do with this one. I feel this bone up here. Okay, so there's your two chops. They look really wonderful. And then there's a little piece of chop left there. We'll throw that on the grill too and cook that up. But let me see. I'm hoping this knife is sharp enough to go ahead and give this a nice fillet. Let me see. I think I want to go this way into the give this a nice butterfly cut. Make a nice little pouch in there. Should help it cook just a little bit better too, because it's so thick. There's one butterfly cut on that one. And let me do this one. I'm going to go the same way on this one. we have the 2 butterfly cuts. So we are going to stuff this one with the stuffing mixture. Oh, I hope you can see that. I'm in your way there. All right, look at that goodness right there. I'll pick all his pieces up. I hope he likes this. I think he'll like it. With the peppers and the onions in there. I think that'll have some good flavor. All right. What I forgot to do is the Uncle Steve shake, but I'll put it on. I'm gonna put some on the inside of my meat, and I'm gonna put some on the outside of my meat. And I will put it on his. Some of that goodness on there. Add some extra goodness. All right, so we got that. Now let me get some of mine. Like I said, this is going to be harder because this is not cooked down. You might want to cook it down just a little bit. You know what? I'm going to cook this down just a little bit so it'll be easier to stuff. So let me do that. Just gonna throw it in a pan and put it on the stove and cook it down for just a couple of minutes just to soften up some of this kale. And then we're gonna come back and put it together. All right, so I didn't cook this all the way. I just cooked it for about a minute just to reduce the kale down, make it a little softer, easier to stuff the pork chop. So let me move you guys out of move this out of you guys' way. And we're gonna do our best to stuff this and not lose any of this goodness here. Doesn't that look good? That's what I like about cooking, y'all. There's no recipe for this. This is just using things I have in my kitchen that's going to be different because, you know, you eat the same thing. Seems like over and over you're eating the same thing. You want to try something a little bit different once in a while when you got time. And usually on the weekends, that's when I have time. During the week, I stay pretty busy. So this is a weekend cook, cooking on Saturday. So, oh, let me get that piece out of Steve's. I don't think he would much like the kale in his. So, okay, that's what they're looking like. Now, how am I going to keep them together? Well, do you know me? What do? I got my bacon. Throw my bowl in the sink. I'm gonna wrap these puppies in bacon and see how that works. So we'll start with Steve's. Let me lay some bacon down here. See what we can do. And like I said, we will probably not eat a whole piece. We're probably gonna cut these in half and eat them in a couple of sittings. So this is a lot for like one meal. So all right, that's 4 pieces of bacon. There's a little piece that was left over there. So I'm gonna put that there. All right, my battery died, so I went and put a fresh battery in. So let's wrap this pork chop with the bacon. Find the other piece here. I'm just gonna keep going around and wrapping it as tight as I can so that all the stuffing hopefully will stay in. I'm kind of tucking it under the other piece and wrapping the piece over it so that it doesn't come unwrapped. But trying to do the best I can here. Oh, I don't want that piece to fall off the end. Let me try to wrap him up good here. And bam. All right, like I said, this is probably gonna end up 2 meals, but we'll put that on the grill just like that. That's Steve's. Let's see how that comes out. And then I'm gonna get the bacon for mine. I'm gonna wrap mine and see how that comes out. So let me go get another pack of bacon and get this one wrapped, and we'll see you at the grill. Steve is on the grill, and the grill is warmed up, and he's got these wonderful looking wrapped stuffed pork chops.
Chops going
So,
on the grill.
Yeah. Ah, hear that sizzle. All right, he's gonna cook them low and slow.
Low and slow, yep.
Cooking them at what temperature?
It says 3 something. But
3.
that's not accurate because it was on high.
All right, so it's
gonna drop down.
to like 250 or something.
Probably drop down to 300, 275, something like that.
All right, so he's gonna cook them low and slow, and we will get something. It's so hot out.
I'm gonna sit out here and
He's fixed our awning.
Yep.
It had a little chain break, and he fixed it up and got the awning working. So we got some shade here.
clean the over thingy there.
Cleaned power washed and cleaned the overhang thing here, whatever it is.
Needs to be cleaned.
So he started to paint the deck, but
Already out of paint.
he ain't finished it yet. Got a couple nice little tomato plants out here on the deck. Got some buds on them too. You see the buds on them? Finally, do you take the other ones to plant?
Huh?
Do you plant the other ones? All right, it's been 30 minutes, right?
Yep.
All right, let's see how they're looking. Are they cooking? It looks like it's cooking. His arm's in the way. Go this way. Yeah, I think it's going to be more than half an hour. I mean, more than an hour.
Yeah. We want to cook them fast. It'll burn if we do that.
Yeah. All right. All right. It's been an hour, I guess.
Well, it's been over an hour.
So we're going to just, well, no, it's an hour. Hour and 10 minutes, maybe. We'll turn them on another side and crisp up another side, I guess. A little bit on the bacon. Yeah, well, that one's pretty. They're holding together good.
Turn it up a little bit if you want. It's probably done.
Yeah, it's pink on the end there. All right, how are they coming?
Looking pretty good.
Wish y'all could smell them. They smell good too.
I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit.
All right. Okay, so Steve's got a little bit of color on it, and mine's not quite so bad. But I don't, you know, some people like burn, and I don't really like burn. But his did get a little bit burned on one side. We're gonna go try them. Okay, so Steve's gonna cut his, and we'll see what it looks like inside.
Nice, tender, smooth cut.
Is that? Oh, look at there. It looks really yellow in the screen, but it's not quite that yellow. It's a bread stuffing with onion, peppers, a little bit of celery, egg to hold it together, and some Uncle Steve's shake on the pork to make it taste good. So Steve's gonna give it a taste. Cut a nice piece with some stuffing in there and see how your stuffing is.
Alright, we'll do another piece.
Yeah, it didn't have much stuffing in it. I put a lot of stuffing in there now.
Yeah, should lift the onions out.
Yeah, I gotta have flavor.
It's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, let's see how the kale one came out. All right. So there's my stuffing in there. We got kale. Oh, can you smell it? We got kale. We got onions and peppers. I got mushrooms in mine. Try a bite with the bacon. Grab a mushroom. It's good. It's cooked perfect. It's good.
It's like an hour and 35 minutes.
I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs up. I think it turned out good. Held together nicely on the grill. Has a good flavor. The stuffing has good flavor. I'm giving it 2 thumbs up.
I like it.
All right. Well, thank you for hanging out while we cooked out today. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed and you want to. And we'll catch you on the next video. Bye now. Say bye, Steve. Are we done?
Bye, Steve.